A very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on TV1. We are coming to you live and direct from the Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. I'm Tarajit Kumar Singh. Just before we start off, let's take a look at your stories making headlines this afternoon.
Quo warranto writ petition filed by Ranil Wickremesinghe and 121 MPs against former Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa and 48 others withdrawn by petitioners at the Court of Appeal. Debates in Parliament about the delay from the AG's department with regard to court cases. The vote on the second reading of the 2019 budget to be held today.
Taking a look at your lead story this afternoon, a question was raised in Parliament today regarding the delay in obtaining the opinion of the Attorney General to give a verdict during a court case.
We know the Attorney General's department inquire opinions from our courts with regard to certain cases. And this takes 2 to 6 years of time. We see this happening on a daily basis. Honourable Speaker, I'd like to ask the Subject Minister if she has taken any immediate steps in this regard.
Even though the police has its own legal unit, they present every single case to the Attorney General's department. So, we are going to inform the relevant authorities about the inquiries that can only be done from the Attorney General's department. Sometimes the police delays certain reports ordered by the courts, so we are going to give them a deadline.
Even certain MPs have publicly criticized judges in several instances, so I'd like to know if there is a process we can follow to prevent this from taking place.
It was only after the establishment of the government of good governance we were able to make the judicial system independent. It was after forming the Constitutional Council we were able to carry out these activities properly.
Now, the vote on the second reading of the 2019 budget will be held today. According to our parliamentary correspondent, from tomorrow onwards, expenditure heads will be discussed in Parliament. He also added that a cabinet meeting is also scheduled to take place this morning at 8:30. The COPE committee will also resume its investigations on several areas, including a fresh investigation on foreign employment. In more local news now, UPF MP Lakshman Yapa Bewardhana says the parliamentary group of the United People's Freedom Alliance has decided to vote against the budget. In addition, he said if there are attempts to defeat the expenditure head of the president, the UPFA will work to ensure it is not defeated. In more local news, meanwhile, the cabinet ministers met in Parliament this morning for the cabinet meeting. The meeting was held under the auspices of President Maithripala Sirisena. Stay tuned with News First for more of the very latest on that. In your headline-making news now, the quo warrant or writ petition filed by Ranil Wickremesinghe and 121 MPs against former Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa and 48 others was withdrawn by the petitioners today at the Court of Appeal.
The writ petition was filed seeking an order in the nature of quo warranto declaring Mahinda Rajapaksa and 48 others are not entitled to hold the office of Prime Minister and Cabinet. The petition was filed by 122 MPs from the United National Party, JVP, TNA and the Sri Lanka Muslim Congress. When the petition was taken up before Appeal Court Judge Arjuna Obesekura this morning, counsel appearing for the petitioners noted as the relief sought from the petition have been received, there was no need to continue with the petition. Therefore, court permitted the petitioners to withdraw the petition.
Now, 5 men were arrested by the Kalutara Divisional Crimes Unit over the gem heist which took place recently in Kalutara North.
The police media unit said among the suspects arrested early this morning in Negombo is a Mongolian woman. Gems worth 6.5 million rupees were stolen from a hotel in Kalutara on the 25th of last month. Police said 3 gemstones, a vehicle, 50,000 rupees in cash and a cheque for 700,000 rupees was seized from the possession of the suspects.
In more local news this afternoon, a public meeting on the National Freedom Front was held in Udawalawa yesterday. The meeting was chaired by leader of the National Freedom Front, Vimal Weerawansa.
Ranil says that the underworld can be captured through the 19th Amendment to the Constitution. Recently, he said, he made the country self-sufficient after King Parakrambahu VI. The history does not say that King Parakramabahu VI made the country self-sufficient. The people can see the truth now. There is no leadership in the country, there is no stability, and there is no one to make good decisions. The people are feeling unsafe. And that is exactly why the people of this country are asking for Gotabaya Rajapaksa to come forward to create a new era for the country.
An event to donate 100,000 lenses was held at the Colombo General Hospital under the auspices of the Minister of Health, Dr. Rajitha Senaratne.
When I first came, I met 120,000 people who were blind or who were becoming blind, all due to the inability to afford lenses. This was what was called as free healthcare service. Only 150,000 rupees was allocated for a cancer patient. Most of them die because they cannot afford the medicine after they exceed the 150,000 limit. None of them were aware their death was the result of the lack of medicine. They all thought their death was a result of cancer. The real reason is the lack of finances. They still believe their death is a result of cancer or karma. No one ever talks on this topic.
Taking a look at your weather forecast this afternoon, the Department of Meteorology states that several spells of showers may occur in Hambantota, Ampara and Batticaloa districts. The weather advisory further states that showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in Uva province and Kalutara, Ratnapura, Galle and Matra districts after 2 p.m. Meanwhile, the National Water Supply and Drainage Board states that daily water consumption has increased by 10 to 15% due to the prevailing dry weather condition.
General Manager of the National Water Supply and Drainage Board, D.U. Samunasekara, advises the general public to use water sparingly. He further points out, if the dry weather condition prevails, complications would arise in the water distribution process.